Hey guys, wow, this is weird to be doing a Talking Life episode in this place, in my grandparents' place. Um, life is so very interesting. Um, I was going to talk about integrity today, but now I'm thinking maybe change the tone a little bit. Being here at my grandparents' house, with these certain circumstances, and after not being here for maybe almost 2 years, and being a little different, having healed some traumas, um, with going to NSA, network chiropractic care, um, it's pretty amazing. I remember the moment that I walked into this house. It's like I was stepping into the past, in a sense. The Almost like, say, if you're a gamer or something, or on a computer or on a console, and you select your avatar, and then you go into a level that you've already played, but you're like, I just want to get some more points, grab some more, I don't know, armor, whatever you gamers do. It felt like that. It felt like an artificial place that I once knew. It was really strange. But now, as I walk through these halls, now it appears different. Almost kind of like it's updating, shifting. Obviously, it's just my perception that the place is still the same, but it's my perception of it that changes. So maybe this video should be called Perception. I don't know what perception is, what perception means. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll put it up there. But yeah, in life, when we either go home or we go try out a new job or a new relationship, we tend to put our old perspective, if we're not over our traumas and heartache and all that, if we haven't processed that, we tend to bring our past/current perception, which comes from the past, we tend to bring it into our current, new relationships, jobs, friendships and stuff like that. It's like we see it the same exact way. It's amazing. I will tie this in together with integrity. There was a situation that popped up recently, since I came back here, and it was a great test. It was a really great test. I feel like life, the universe, was just like, okay, you've been training. Now show us what you've learned. I wouldn't say it was a tough test. It was something. It was dramatic. And it kind of felt like, going, like, you're on the ocean and there's huge storm, waves and all that, emotions from the ocean. Not for me. I'm just like cool, just like, going through, not letting my boat being rocked or being capsized, but just going through it and being like understanding why this is happening, keeping your cool and keeping the focus and remembering who I am, what my beliefs are, what my belief systems are, and my values. It is so important. And that lines up with perception of what is happening. You see what is happening in front of you. You don't fall for it. You don't fall for the emotions and just things coming up. You don't fall for it. You're like, okay, I know that there's a storm right now. I'm going to survive this. I know how to handle it, and I'm going to make it through to the other side. Integrity is so important. I mean, if you're a jerk, you're a jerk. But the thing is, jerks tend to, overreact and stuff like that. But when you're calm and you're coming from your center and you're peaceful, and you don't really interject, you're not trying to defend yourself, that is having integrity. And believing that you understand what's happening on the other side here, what's coming up. You understand it, show love, but you still know what's right. Because if you don't stand up for yourself and stand up for what's good, if you don't believe in your integrity, if you do not have that, what do you have? You will cave in to everything. When you start feeling a little pressure, you will cave in, because then you won't have to deal with it. You won't have to feel like uncomfortable anymore. But when is that going to stop? So many of us, and me for a very long time, it's like I'd feel this pressure. And it's like, ooh, I don't want this person to be upset with me. Ooh, I want them to keep hanging out with me. I can't lose them as a friend. I can't lose them as a partner. I can't, because then I'll be alone. Who will I have? But then I realize I have me. We always have each other, which is kind of an interesting way to say that. When you have yourself, we have each other, right? In a certain way. Might be a little too deep, but if you can't be comfortable with yourself and you don't know who you are, you will fall for everything. You will fall victim to other people's insecurities and fears. You will cave in, maybe. That's why integrity. You gotta live with integrity. Have your beliefs. If you doubt them, well, then it's time to think, like, maybe I need new beliefs. Maybe I need new understanding, new values. Maybe it's time. But if you truly believe that your values and what you believe comes from a good place in you, with no triggers and reaction where it's like, I need to stand up for my beliefs. No, then you know it's coming from a good place if you don't have those reactions. That's why it's so important to remain centered and unperturbed. It's so good. And it feels so good. And it helps you in life when those challenges do come up, because you know they will come up. And if they don't, you're not living. Problems equals life. I forgot who said that, but problems equals life. That means things are happening. That means you're being given opportunities to continue growing and to keep evolving. Because believe it or not, we have to grow. We have to change. We're either going to change in a good way or in a bad way. It doesn't really matter. It's, again, perception. It's another person's perception if they think it's bad. To you, it's probably going to be good. But to somebody else, it might be bad. It's like, ooh, you're not the same person anymore. It's because now you guys don't align. You're not on the same level anymore. You don't resonate with each other. So then people start getting jealous. People say, like, they try to get you to stay in a certain place or, continue doing the same things that you guys used to do together. And it's like, you got to follow your path. So integrity, perception, they definitely go together. I hope this is making sense, because it feels right to me. So maybe it might take an extra watch or two. But yeah, being here in this new house, sometimes I think it's good to just drive in your old hometown, or just places where you used to go. Because you never know, maybe, but also most probably, there are unresolved things that you never looked at or really felt through. Because now I look through some of my grandfather's things or some of these things, and I don't have an emotional reaction to it anymore. It's been 9 years since he passed. And some things, because of things that I did in Atlanta a few weeks ago to clean the closet, let go of things, I think it definitely prepared me for this. So go back, check out your old hometown or wherever you are now, the place you don't go to anymore. Something for maybe look for clarity. You never know what might happen. So have integrity and be open to multiple perspectives. I'll see you on the next one.